Is that... Sorry, guys, I'm in my underwear. I just got done taking a shower and everything. So, I might have to adjust because my phone is at 25%. So, I might have to charge it while we're doing this live stream. But I thought we'd do something that we've never really done before on this channel. And that is doing a Marvel movie tier list. I thought it was a pretty good idea. So, we're going to just do all the Marvel movie films. Let me put this back in place. Let me get my mask on. Oh my god, I can't even fucking see in this thing. Okay, okay. Reset. Okay, guys. Alrighty. If I don't respond to a comment, I sincerely apologize because I'm nearsighted and I can't see shit. So, alrighty, let's get into it. So, the top, I'm going to put True Believer. How do you spell check that? There we go. A tier is going to be The GOAT. Or no, hold on. Marvelous. There we go. B is mid. C is going to be icky. And D is... What should the D tier be? E, I'm saving E for ones I haven't seen. Because some like Eyes of Wakanda I haven't seen like that. Haven't seen. Any suggestions on the D tier? Hold on, let me read the comments. We're all doing good. Hello, guys. How's it going? I am ranking tier list. Shit. Oh, fuck. That was my fault. My bad. I'll fix it in a bit. You guys can't really see it, but it's a tier list thingy. I wish I could do that live. Like where you guys can also see this. But okay, D tier. Should I just put like trash? Yeah, I think I'm just gonna put trash. Can you shout out my good friend Nick? Yes. Shout out to Nick. Okay. Yeah, sorry guys. I'm not going to be getting up every time to read the comments, so I shout all you guys out. Trust me. Okay, let's do this. The first film on here is Iron Man. Oh, I should probably, for those of you who haven't watched, the top tier MCU, True Believer, we have Marvelous, mid tier, icky, trash, and then we have haven't seen. So, which there aren't going to be very many in that. So, first film we got is Iron Man. Where do you guys think this is going to go? Just take one good lucky guess. I'm going to put in True Believer. Obviously, it's the film of the MCU that started it all. Obadiah Stane, I think his name is a great villain. Is it a little dated for an MCU movie? Yeah. In a way. But I still think it holds the test of times. Robert Downey Jr. was born to play Iron Man, and I think it's just a great movie overall. Very well paced. Okay. What are the comments now? Okay. Alrighty. The second one on the list is Incredible Hulk. I count this 100%. For people who don't count The Incredible Hulk as an MCU film are just out there. Even though it's not Mark Ruffalo, I'm going to put this in mid. I don't think it's the worst MCU movie, but I am a defender of it. I don't think it's an awful MCU movie by any means. I think Edward Norton's actually really good in the Hulk role. I'm kind of sad he didn't get to return. I think the Abomination fight between him was just awesome. So that was really cool. Iron Man 2. Same thing. I think I'm going to put it in mid. It's not icky or trash for me. I know for some people, they don't really like this movie. I don't get the hate behind Iron Man 2. The villains are a little weaker. I will admit that. But it's still a great Iron Man movie, in my opinion. So, Thor. Boy, on my rewatch with this one was a little boring. I don't think it's awful. I'm just gonna put it in mid again. Yeah, I think Chris Hemsworth's performance in this one in Thor: The Dark World were very bland. I think those are his worst performances as Thor. Otherwise, he like completely embodies the character. I think Loki's an okay enough villain. It's just this movie's really slow. It's not. I'm so glad Taika Waititi or at least somebody got the rights to Thor right to write, because Thor's getting done right. So especially in Avengers Doomsday, I'm glad we're going back to basics. Captain America: The First Avenger. True Believer or Marvelous? I'm gonna put this in Marvelous. I think it's a good movie. It's very well paced. I think the characters are really cool. Haley Atwell does really good as Peggy Carter. Chris Evans embodies Captain America. Red Skull is a very well written villain. I think the emotion here sets. I think I love the war setting. It's really good. So overall, yeah, it's pretty good. The Avengers. Oh boy. True Believer, 100%. This movie is just phenomenal. Rewatching all these Marvel movies before a couple weeks ago, the Avengers actually went up. It went up for me. This movie was so important to me. This is the movie actually that got me into Marvel. I think this was the first Marvel movie I've ever seen. And boy, oh boy, it's just they brought a group of characters together and they did absolutely phenomenal. The pacing of the story, Loki's a great villain. I think he's a better villain in here than he was in Thor. And I kind of like how they already tied in the universe. I mean, there were only 6 films in with the Avengers, and it already felt like a universe. And these characters are just so likable. You like seeing them interact. It's just a phenomenal movie overall. All right, I'm gonna read some of your guys' comments. What video games do you go right away? I met this girl at a club last night. She said my looks like an upside down heart emoji. I have no idea. About to give you advice for that. I don't know English, okay? I don't. I have a bunch of video games and stuff. Yeah, I'm sorry I can't respond to all your guys' comments, but once in a great while I'll come up and I'll respond. I don't do Hindu or Hindi at all. So I apologize. I wish I could speak other languages. Okay, the next one on the list, Iron Man 3. You guys might not like my opinion about this movie. I think it's marvelous. I think this movie is great. I love Iron Man 3. Think it's one of the best out of the Iron Man movies. There's really only three, so it is my second favorite Iron Man movie. I think the idea of Tony Stark being like, oh, what is he without that suit? I think it's just a great concept. And I love the action set pieces, the Christmas setting. Really cool, fun movie. Thor: The Dark World. It's probably the worst one so far, but I'm gonna still put it in mid. I don't think it's awful. I don't think it's a bad movie. I just think it's the worst one so far. I list. There's the villain Malekith was a little disappointing because in the comics he's pretty cool looking, but otherwise I don't know. The visual style is pretty cool. Captain America: The Winter Soldier. What a phenomenal movie. This is going True Believer, guys. Great movie, great spy thriller. I love Falcon's first entry into the MCU. My friend said rewatch it, and I did, and I think it's really good. Black Widow is also a good standout here. Chris Evans continues, and I like how it's actually like, because you know how some of these Marvel movies, when they get sequels, they're kind of repetitive. They fight a villain, they win, right? Here, it's like a different setting. I feel like Captain America: The Winter Soldier is like a different movie from the first Avenger completely, and it's kind of its own movie. So that's what I like about the Captain America movies. They keep consistent, and I think that's the best out of the Captain America franchise. Nick Fury is also really good. So, Guardians of the Galaxy. Okay, pretty good, marvelous. I think this movie is hard to rewatch. It doesn't have that much rewatchability. I think once you get it, if it's just on like cable TV, and you sit down and watch it, I think you're gonna get your best bet and most enjoyment there because I just think this is a good movie where you get to know these characters. They're losers, but then they become really cool heroes and stuff like that. James Gunn also just does such a good job on that. And it's crazy that the Guardians of the Galaxy is like one of the best teams out there now when we knew absolutely nothing about them. So, Avengers Age of Ultron. Guys don't like my opinion about this either. True believer. I'm absolutely fucking serious. It is top tier. I think Avengers Age of Ultron is a misunderstood gem. I loved Avengers Age of Ultron. I think it's a great sequel to the Avengers movie. I really like the character Ultron as a whole as well. I think he's very terrifying and threatening. I think the ending battle was really cool with like the sky and stuff like that. I think the cast here, are they a little more under developed in this movie? I feel like yes, but I still feel like everybody gets their time to shine. You get characters like Wanda for the first time, Quicksilver, which he was kind of wasted. But otherwise, this is just a phenomenal movie. I see a lot of hate around this movie, and I don't get it. I think it is a top tier MCU film. Maybe not like top 10, maybe 10, if anything. But I still love Age of Ultron. I think it was really good. Ant-Man, fun heist movie. I'm just going to put it in mid. I thought it was okay. Paul Rudd's just such a naturally funny guy, so I enjoyed it for the first part. Captain America Civil War. I didn't like this as much as other people do because I bet if you guys were doing my tier lists, you'd probably put it like the top of the bunch. But for me, I'm going to put it in the second ranking. I'm going to put it marvelous. It's still a good movie, guys. Like, I'm not hating on it. I love the rivalry between Iron Man and Captain America. I think, comment if you're Team Iron Man or Captain America. I think you get to see the best of both sides. And I think Baron Zemo is a severely underrated MCU villain. He's the one that brought the Avengers together. I think he's just such a good villain. I think we need to see more of him. I didn't mind the movie overall. The airport battle scene, one of the most iconic in MCU history. I thought it was really cool. Doctor Strange, mid. I saw this in theaters. I remember I didn't like it that much at all. I just thought it was okay. It's not awful though. So, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. I'm also gonna put it in mid. I just think this movie is okay. Um, on the rewatch though, I did like it a little more. Yondu's death still hits. It actually got me teary eyed. It's never happened before, but it fucking did this time. I was like, what? Spider-Man: Homecoming. Marvelous. Great coming of age story. I saw this in theaters, and although I really don't like that they slapped like this techie feel to Spider-Man, um, I liked it. I think the Vulture was really good. Michael Keaton as the Vulture was one of the best castings they did in the MCU. Just phenomenal. I also like how it ties into like the earlier Marvel MCU projects. So yeah, on that note, I saw this in theaters too. It was just a fun time. I had a fun time as a kid. Thor Ragnarok. I'm gonna put this in True Believer. Just a fun movie. This was a genuine surprise actually because I remember when I saw this in theaters, I thought it was gonna be bad. I looked at the trailers. I said, you know, I'm gonna hold up some optimism. Thor: The Dark World, a little bit of a disappointment. Sorry, a disappointment. But Thor Ragnarok just looked pretty cheesy and bad to me. And oh my fucking god, it was like one of the best Marvel movies I've seen in a long time around that time. And I was like, holy shit, that was actually really good. Hela's amazing. Hulk is amazing. The jokes are great. And this is where I feel like after this movie, Marvel kind of put too much humor in. I feel like their humor was so natural and wasn't intentional. But Thor Ragnarok went for that goofy route, and we accepted it as fans to the point where they changed the whole MCU, and now we're bitching and complaining too much that they have too much humor in MCU movies. So they got to dial it down a little bit. But I feel like after Thor Ragnarok, the humor of the MCU kind of fell apart because they didn't really know how to balance it that well. But Thor Ragnarok, good movie. Black Panther. Oh, rest in peace, Chadwick. I'm not big on this movie. I might piss some of you off by saying that because you know he has passed away. Um, I like the cultural aspect. I think it's something new and something we haven't seen in the MCU before. But it's just a movie that was kind of slow for me. I just thought it was okay. I thought the visuals were pretty good. I thought the score was really well done. So, Avengers: Infinity War. This is going straight to Marvelous. Sorry, True Believer. I love this movie. One of the best MCU movies, probably if not the best MCU movie. 12-year-old me would probably put this back in icky, but I didn't understand the movie back then, and rewatching it, this is a movie you have to watch a couple of times in order to understand it. I feel like the ending is tragic. I love how they bring the Guardians of the Galaxy and the Avengers together. And another thing is the world building. I think the Avengers movies does such a good job on that. They do such a good job of bringing these characters together. And with Avengers: Infinity War, for people who are burnt out a little bit with the superhero movies, because there was like nonstop Marvel movies coming out around that time in 2017, I think it was. 2018. Apologize. And it just, this movie showed people that there was still more to the world. There was still more story to tell. Thanos was a great villain, so I don't think he's one of the best villains, but I think he was a good villain. And I literally got my nickname from him. Everybody calls me Thanos. I fucking hate it personally, but because I hate being looked at as the guy who snapped away half of our heroes. Ant-Man and the Wasp. It's not memorable, but I do remember enjoying it for the most part. Yeah, it's just as good as the first Ant-Man. I don't really have much to say about it. I think Ghost was a pretty standout. She was a standout villain. Glad they brought her back for Thunderbolts. Captain Marvel. I saw this in theaters. The first time I saw this in theaters, I got sugar high, so I had to like walk out of the theater with my sister. I wonder if my sister still remembers that. I should call her up. It's a mid-tier Marvel movie. I loved it at the time it came out, but yeah, it's just so mid. I know there's people who don't like Captain Marvel at all, so which I completely understand the complaints and stuff. So Avengers Endgame. Oh, my heart. Marvelous. Sorry, True Believer. I adore this movie. This movie means so much to me. It meant a lot to so many people, and honestly, in my opinion, it is the end of the MCU. It is the true ending. Although I'm opening up to see what they're doing to the new future. I think this is a closure to a chapter to most of our childhood. We grew up with these movies, we grew up with these characters, we grew up with these actors. It was such a journey to watch all these characters. Oh god, I'm even getting emotional even talking about it. But it was just such a important movie to everyone. And I wish I got that theater experience where people jumped up and like started clapping because I did see this opening day and I was so upset that I didn't get that kind of experience and I wish I did, but I've seen the reactions online. Dude, the fans fucking ate this movie like a piece of cake. This movie rocks. I think every character is great. The emotion in here is at its best. It's balanced really well with the humor and the emotion. Iron Man is at its best in here, and it just couldn't get any better than this. I don't think there will be a better movie than Avengers Endgame in the MCU. I will be genuinely fucking shocked if it is. So yeah, wow, just what a phenomenal movie. All right, I'm gonna read some of your guys' comments now. Hmm? Two Girls, One Cup is top tier Marvel. Fucking A. On a different live stream, you can see my whole collection. Absolutely. Alrighty. Okay. Thank you guys for commenting. Shout out. Okay, post Endgame. This is going to be a difficult one. Spider-Man Far From Home. I think it was mid. It was fine. Jake Gyllenhaal's Mysterio. Great. Great villain. I think it's a little cheesier towards the end of the movie, but for the most part, it was pretty good. So, WandaVision. I think it's mid as well. That was kind of hard because this is their first Disney Plus Marvel show. I think WandaVision is severely underrated. I think it's one of the better Disney Plus shows, better written Disney Plus shows. I just love the universe and the setting of the show. Really, it was really weird but really cool. The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Oh my God, my friend Jesse's gonna fucking kill me for putting it this high because he hated this show. He said U.S. agent's great and uh, people are hating on him because he killed people and that pisses him off. I'm gonna put this in marvelous. I think the Falcon and the Winter Soldier was pretty good. I think it's a good continuation of Captain America's story while not also shitting on his legacy. So I think it was just a cool show. Very well paced. I think the villain's a little weaker, but Baron Zemo also stands out. Just a really good show. Loki. Also gonna put that in marvelous, or should I put it in glorious purpose? um, I'm assuming they mean both seasons on here. Not seeing season two, unfortunately. So I'm only going off of. I heard it's literally better than the first season, so I'm still stick my landing with Marvelous. I guarantee it, it's still good. I think it's also one of the best Disney Plus shows out there. I love the TVA. I love the different variants of Loki, and I just like the mythical aspect of it. I think it's really cool. Black Widow. You guys might disagree here, but I think this is also a marvelous. I love spy action movies, and this is exactly what it is. But it's a spy action Marvel movie. I fucking love Black Widow. I saw it in theaters, and I get people shit on the CGI, people shit on the story. It's kind of all over the place, but I really enjoyed it. I think the villains were wasted. I will agree there. The villains horrible, trash. Taskmaster, one of the possible worst fucking villains in MCU history. Oh my god, they just ugh, bad taste. But mostly the movie was fine. If it was a movie that was made maybe like 2 or 3 years earlier, a little bit more people would be interested. Maybe that's the reason why it didn't do as good. What if? Haven't seen the second or the third season. I'm gonna put it mid. I thought some episodes were really bad, so I don't really remember much from it. I thought it was okay at best. Shang-Chi. This movie kicked ass, dude. Um, Marvelous. I think I saw this. I remember didn't I missed the opportunity to see this in theaters. Still regret it to this day. I remember buying the DVD for this, and I watched it. Sat at home, first time watching it. It's an experience I'll never forget. I was genuinely shocked about how kick ass this movie is. Brought something new to the table from the Marvel movies, especially because they were struggling at that point to make money. But this movie just rocked. They did the Mandalorian. I almost said the Mandarin. A really good villain in here. I think it's really good. Eternals. I don't think it's as bad as people say, but this is going to be our first icky um, movie in this ranking. I don't think it's the absolute worst. I love the visuals. I think it's a little too long. I think Icarus was actually a really good villain. If you count him as a villain, really. Hawkeye. Marvelous. Loved the show. I adored it. Kate Bishop, such a cool character. I love that they brought Yelena in. Kingpin's back. I thought there was a little bit of a stupid ass plot hole where fucking it doesn't make any sense that Kate Bishop beat Kingpin. Kingpin could easily beat that living piss out of Haley Steinfeld. I'm sorry, but seriously, that's kind of eh. Spider-Man: No Way Home. True believer. Also one of the best MCU movies. I don't even get the hate because after like years and years of I've seen like posts and stuff saying that the first half hour of this movie is really really slow or hour. I disagree. I actually really liked the first half, and I feel like everything that was put into the first hour of No Way Home was absolutely necessary to move the plot forward. And at the end, you get the nostalgia, you get Toby, you get Andrew. It was such an important thing for a lot of fans. It was seeing that in theaters, guys. Dude, I got fucking chills when Andrew Garfield. Because if you guys don't know, Andrew Garfield is my personal favorite Spider-Man actor. Little bit of a controversial opinion there, but seeing him back in the role, seeing him get done justice, I literally shed tears when he saved Zendaya. I could not believe it. I thought that was such a powerful moment. They respected every single Spider-Man fan. The only thing that I complain about is the Green Goblin suit. I thought Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin was terrifying too. He managed to be more terrifying than what he was in the first Spider-Man movie 20 years back. That is fucking insane. He did his own stunts. It was insane. Watch the behind the scenes to this. It is absolutely insane. I wish Venom was brought into the final battle too. That was also another one of my complaints. They kind of just brought him into the MCU just to bring him out. I get it would have been all over the place, but the movie already kind of was. And some of the plot holes I'll forgive it for just because of nostalgia. It's just the sending them back home. Does that change their timeline? They don't really explain that, so that's the only thing I have a plot hole for. But yeah, it's just a phenomenal MCU movie. Oh my god, Moon Knight! What a pleasant surprise. Uh, I liked it a lot. I'm gonna put it in marvelous. Moon Knight was really good. Oscar Isaac does such a good job. He's such an underrated actor too, because he does such a good job with multiple personalities. He gives each and every single one a good personality. I remember watching this in school. The teacher actually, because we were just chilling, so we watched all of fucking Moon Knight, and yeah, it was pretty good. I love the visual style. I love Moon Knight's transformations when he has like the bandages wrapped around him. Oh wow, it's so cool. The villain, one of the weakest in the MCU, kind of a waste of Ethan Hawke, but still overall a good show. Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. Oof, I'm borderline mid or marvelous. I love horror personally, so might disagree here. I'm gonna put in marvelous. I think this movie was great. I think some of the dialogue was cringy, but it was a fast-paced, uh, terrific horror-based movie. I actually, for the first MCU's first horror film, Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness was really good. I saw this in theaters with a friend. I'll never forget that theater experience. I thought it was just a really cool movie. The visual style is always really good in the Doctor Strange movies. The hands, the zombie Strange, the variants, the world building, all just great. Wanda's the villain, awesome as well. I think she was very well done. Miss Marvel, mid. I love the family dynamic in this show. I think that's what makes her character. Otherwise, she's just an okay character. Thor: Love and Thunder. Get it out of here. Trash. First movie. Oh, this movie is terrible. I to this day, I don't know what the fuck they were thinking. I thought that Thor Ragnarok's trailer was bad. Oh my god, was Thor: Love and Thunder. I already knew this movie was going to be bad going into it. The minute I saw Thor take his legs, do the splits, I forget what that shit's called, and I just rolled my eyes. I said, "Really? This is what we're doing with the MCU now?" Uh, it's just sad to see such a cool character get done in such a goofy way. Like I said, that's what I got. It's a good movie. It pisses me off, but Thor Ragnarok was a good movie, right? And it had humor. It balanced humor really well, but it was a super funny movie. Then Marvel watched that and they were like, "Oh yeah, let's crank it up to fucking 11. Sorry, 30." And just Screaming goats. Oh my god, that wasn't even funny. Okay, the first time, sure, the screaming goats were funny the first time. The next thousandth time they do it, it is shit. It's so annoying. I cannot stand this movie. I think it's one of the dumbest ones. It's a waste of Gore the God Butcher too, because you're trying to buy his tragic story, and you got a cancer storyline in here as well, which is a good storyline in the comics, but it's in a movie that doesn't even take its own self seriously, and they want to tell this serious story. I could rant off on this movie as long as possible, but that's just my main gripe with it. I don't like the movie at all. She-Hulk Attorney at Law. Oh my god. Another awful MCU movie. Show, whatever you want to say. I don't even like the actress. I think her personality is just really snarky. She's a smartass. Um, it seems like the show is very feministic. And that's not a bad thing. I'm okay with that. Write the show in a good way though. Like I've watched shows um that are like more for girls, like Barbie, the Barbie movie, right? Did I like how they portrayed men in there? No. But I don't know. In She-Hulk, I feel like it's more of a woman empowerment, so maybe it's not my thing. But this was just a mess of a show. Awful writing, awful CGI, some of the worst CGI. Hulk's son Scar, oh my god, terrible. The villain, what the fuck was that? I forgot he was a villain in the MCU. Just a horrible, horrible show. The ending was so bad that she literally broke the fourth wall saying this is a mess. That's how you know. And I get that's a thing She Hulk and Deadpool does in the comics, but still, it was just an awful, awfully written show. Werewolf by Night. I just watched this last night, believe it or not. That's what inspired this live stream. So I fucking loved it. I think it's marvelous. I loved Werewolf by Night. I wanted to see more of Werewolf by Night. It was just such a good movie. Presentation. I think they'll do justice to Punisher. Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Whew. I like this better than the first, and I know I might get hate. I'm going to put this in marvelous. I think this, with the shit hand they were dealt with the passing of Chadwick Boseman, they did such a phenomenal job with the movie. And I thought Shuri as Black Panther would have been a really dumb decision, and I thought it was going to be, but I don't mind it. I thought it was fine. Would I have preferred like T'Chaka or something like that? Yeah. But Shuri, not that bad. Namor, good villain. I think this movie was just beautifully done. It was. I get some people might not like the movie because it's basically watching somebody's funeral, and that's unfortunate. Um, I wish Chadwick was here today to watch this movie. I think it was a very, very beautiful tribute to such a beautiful heart and soul. It was just such a good movie. I saw this in theaters and I was tearing up. It was really good. I loved Black Panther Wakanda Forever. I thought everything about it was done so well. Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special. Guys, I'm sorry. I haven't seen this one, so I don't got anything to say about it. Captain America. Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania. On rewatch, this movie is like a fever dream. I'm going to put it in icky. I would put it in mid-tier, but guys, I don't know why I defended this movie as long as I did. I didn't have any high standards for the movie in general, but still, I don't know why I defended this movie anyway. I think it's still pretty bad. Kang is a villain. I love the colors, but the visual style, it's literally like you're huffing cocaine or some shit. And you're just fucking out there, dude. I mean, it is bad. MODOK, waste. Waste of a character. Kang gets defeated in such a shitty way. And I wouldn't usually care because I knew he was returning for the Kang Dynasty, but that's not even happening anymore. So now I give a shit because it's not the main storyline anymore. And I don't know, it's not happening anytime soon where they're gonna hire back Jonathan Majors. It's just not gonna happen. Oh, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. True Believer. Top 3 MCU movie for me. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 made me have hope again for the MCU. It it made me think that you could jerk off. I know it's going to sound like a really bad analogy. Marvel a little bit, and they got a little more to squirt from. You know, I think Rocket's backstory was really tragic. Got me tearing up multiple times. I think the team dynamic is all at its best. It has so much emotion. It's just such a well written movie. James Gunn did it again. High Evolutionary, top 5 MCU villain as well. High Evolutionary is one of the greatest villains out there. Just such a despicable villain. When you see him, you just want to hit him and do everything you can. And just it's just such a good movie. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is a darker tone MCU movie too. So for like younger audience, it might actually scare some, but just because of the visual style. But I'm glad Marvel took that risk. I'm glad they hired back James Gunn because Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 would have been shit. I'm sorry, without James Gunn. It would have been awful. Guarantee it. Secret Invasion. Oh my god, trash. Your first mistake, killing Maria Hill in the first episode. Gravik is an okay villain. It's all over the place. Rhodey being a Skrull, that reveal, that twist. What a disrespectful ass twist. I get maybe that would have been a cool twist and all, but it's just such a bad fucking written show. And it doesn't really have anything because it's more of an Avengers comic, if you really think about it. In the comics, Secret Invasion was it was more of an Avengers level kind of thing, but it's this Nick Fury spy thriller, which could be a cool version of Secret Invasion for the MCU if done right. But it was way off, way off. So, okay, they do have Loki season 2 on here. I haven't seen it. So, the Marvels, mid. I just thought it was okay. I saw this in theaters as well with my sister. It was just a fun time. We had a good time. Dar-Ben, one of the worst villains in the MCU. That's pretty much it. Otherwise, yeah. Echo. I wish I saw this, guys. I got to be honest. Oh no, sorry, that's the next one. What If season 2? I also haven't seen though. So, and then Echo. Yeah, I also haven't seen. Is Echo any good? Deadpool and Wolverine. I've seen the hate already this movie's getting because everybody loved it at first, but now it's not aging the greatest, but I don't care. True Believer. I loved Deadpool and Wolverine. It was such a great movie to me. I literally have the popcorn bucket for it. I literally have the Deadpool costume for it. I have literally a Wolverine mask. I have tons of Wolverine and Deadpool Funko Pops. I went all out for that movie. Go watch my review on the channel. It was just such an important movie to me as well. And so shockingly, at the end credit scene, I don't know if anybody else felt this way. I got emotional. And I grew up with the Fox movies. I grew up with like the Fantastic Four. I grew up with like Daredevil, those early shitty, kind of 2000s movies. Me and my stepdad, we used to watch those all the time. And I remember Daredevil was one of them that we just loved. And I also loved the X-Men movies. Him, not as much. But me, I loved the X-Men movies. And Deadpool and Wolverine, to me, why it was so important, it was a tribute to 20 years. And at the end of the credits, when they did that tribute, the 2 minutes of all the movies, even the bad ones together, got me crying. I don't know why, but it got me so emotional in theaters. It ripped my heart apart. It made me realize how far I've gone in my life and how am I now as a person, I just this movie couldn't have been better. It's so good. Deadpool's at his best. Wolverine, Hugh Jackman getting his iconic suit was amazing. Literally shed tears when he put on the hood. Oh my god, this movie couldn't have been better. Um, yeah, but that tribute at the end ripped my heart out. So many memories in 2 minutes. It's crazy how fast time goes by. This was just such a special movie to me, and it's so good. Agatha all along. I have not seen it. What is season three? I have not seen it as well. Captain America: Brave New World. I'm gonna put it in mid tier. I thought Thunderbolt Ross is the recast is actually really good. Sidewinder completely wasted. That was unfortunate. Daredevil Born Again. I am currently rewatching this show, but as of right now, I didn't like it from what I remember at all. I'm gonna put it in icky. That might be controversial. I didn't like Daredevil Born Again when I rewatched it. Um, but I'm rewatching it again to see if my opinions changed. Maybe if they do change, it would be in mid tier. But maybe it's because I haven't watched it. I like sat down and like actually like I kind of binge watched it, but from what I saw, it was just very boring and I don't know. Some of the fight scenes were really cool though. Thunderbolts, marvelous, great back to basics Marvel movie. It felt like an actual family. It was just such a good movie overall. I love the mental health take. It's just kind of like Guardians of the Galaxy, but with the Avengers. It's just such a good movie. Ironheart. I didn't like this. Sorry, I like this a little more than other people do. I thought it was mid. I thought the Hood was a pretty well written character. It was interesting, but I feel like there were interesting ideas in this show. And I feel like Riri is a character. You got to see her as a tragic hero. But some people can't even look at her like this because of how maybe insufferable she is in the show, which I completely understand. But I see her as more as a tragic hero. So maybe that's why I enjoyed the show a little more. Fantastic Four First Steps. Marvelous. I thought this movie was great. Did justice to Galactus. I thought it was awesome. It did the Fantastic Four as a whole right for the first time. Eyes of Wakanda. Didn't see it. Marvel Zombies. Ugh. Trash. I was so fucking disappointed with that show. That show was terrible. Oh my god. I was just so bored with Marvel Zombies. Yeah, it really sucked. Nothing brought nothing new. If you just want to watch Marvel Zombies, just go to Marvel's What If episode, whatever, and watch it that way. I don't know. I didn't like Marvel Zombies. I thought it was really boring. So, yeah, it's something I just wasn't interested in. Cool concept. I think the comics were really good, but yeah, it was just such a disappointing show. I think they could have done so much more with it. So I'm gonna read comments now because that is the tier list. That was all of them that they had. Mm-hmm. I am a Marvel fan. Thank you for like complimenting my collection. Top 5 MCU characters. Ooh, I have to. I'd have to think about that one. Inevitable Jordan Davis. He goes, "Oh bullshit," and you know that's bullshit. So don't even. That's a god awful take, and you need to be a man about it and take accountability. Okay, we're not going to agree on everything, so I'm sorry I offended you. Wow, we got some people arguing. Do you think Hawkeye is cool? Yeah, I think he's pretty cool. I mean, the Avengers literally won in every single movie he was in, so had to be a little bit of help. Take my shirt off. I'm okay. This is my collection for those of you who are curious. So, and then I have more back here. It's not everything. I have a DVD collection downstairs. But anyway, guys, I want to thank you for tuning in, and I enjoyed doing something like this. It was really cool talking about the MCU again. I felt like a little kid. So take care. Peace.